What's up, RSL Corner?
What's up, RSL Corner?
What's up, RSL Corner?
To the way, RSL Corners. What's up, RSL Corner?
Hola, RSL Corner. Hola, Real Corner. What's up, RSL Corner? What's up, RSL Corner?
Okay, all right, here we go.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of RSL Corner Podcast. I'm your host, Charlie. I'm with my co-hosts,
Oliver and Ethan.
and we're super excited to be back. It's 2025. We haven't talked to you guys in a very long time. We kind of left you guys hanging there at the end of last season. A lot of things came up, and we just weren't able to get a podcast filmed. But how you boys doing?
Doing pretty good.
Doing good. Excited for the season. Fun preseason games are coming.
Oh yeah, we are super excited, and we got a lot to get to throughout this episode. But we're gonna start with a brief recap of last season. Real Salt Lake finished third in the West with 59 points, club record, breaking 2012's previous record of 57 points. Our lead scorer was Chicho Arango. We'll get to more on Chicho later, but he had 17 goals, tying the club record. And the assist leader, if we're talking MLS.com assists, which are like hockey assists, Chicho and Luna had 12. If we're talking true assists, Luna had 8. So pretty good overall individual stats there for last season.
I like MLS.com does that with hockey.
I know.
Hockey
That's good.
That's actually really cool.
Yeah, it's great. And then we lost first round to Minnesota. Back-to-back games, unfortunately. But
They both went to Pens, right? Or did
Yep.
all?
Yep.
yeah.
Sorry. Oh, yeah.
And then, but yeah, I think after last season, obviously we didn't do as well as we wanted to in the playoffs. But I think we got to look at the small victories. Some things I wrote down. Club point record. We clinched a CONCACAF Cup berth, which was huge. First time in 8 years. And yeah, I think the club's moving in the right direction. We'll go through the players that are in and out of the club. But yeah, what do you guys think about last season?
I think it was a great season. Just kind of like really good games, and the stadium was. I don't know what I'm saying.
The environment? No, I get you. Yeah, the American First Field was popping last year. I think there was
We sold out so much.
a big swing from management to the new murals on the walls to the energy. I think it was a great overall season, even though we kind of underperformed there at the end.
Yeah. I feel like last season was definitely our year to do something, especially for the fans.
agree.
Like it felt like with Chicho, a full season with him, and all these players that are really we have for a while. I feel like we were all expecting that to be our year to actually do something, at least make it far in the playoffs. And I don't want to say like this won't be our year because we did make a lot of changes and I like it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm hoping we can maybe improve on last year, but it was
It does
kind of
feel
letdown.
like a rebuild year in
I
a
wonder-
way
I
that we
wonder
sold
if-
high and
Yeah.
are reinvesting in the club at the moment.
Yeah, I wonder if I can't remember if our first episode that we did last season we talked about our floor and our ceiling. I think we did.
Yeah, I think
I want to go back and see what we each thought
What
was
we
our
said, yeah.
ceiling and our floor.
we'll have to go check that out. But yeah, jumping into players that are out of the squad. This is as of last December, and these are only starters. So those guys that got moved to MLS Next Pro was Pertin Jakobsen and Delence Pierre, so we're not going to highlight them. We also finally moved on from Rubio Rubin, but he had been on loan, so it didn't really feel like he was on the team. Shout out Rubio. We got his signed kit in the studio. But, yeah, first we got Chicho Arango. Chicho Arango moved to San Jose Earthquakes. He had 17 goals and 12 assists last season, which was outstanding, even having a really cold second half of the season.
Yeah.
He was definitely that guy in Salt Lake. I feel like everyone looked up to him and loved him. And we've heard rumors about a locker room issue, which I definitely could see. I don't know. He's an interesting guy. He definitely has some character to him. So
Yeah, I think after that mystery suspension and just things like that, it kind of and like him needing a fresh start. Obviously, it's cool. Like if you want a fresh start, it's just kind of a bummer that we only had him for really a year and a half.
Yeah, he joined with us in the middle of 2023. I feel like we can't dwell too much that he's gone, and we just got to look forward. So, going on to Matt Crooks, though, the 31-year-old got sent to Hull City in the Championship League over in England. He had 3 goals last season with 5 assists. It took him a while to get going at the 10 spot, but I think he was finally finding his spot there at the end of the season. I'm kind of bummed to see him go.
Yeah, I'd say I'm sad that Crooks is leaving too. I was really starting to like him a lot.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
I liked him in what was it, Lachlan?
Yeah,
We always did videos together. I love that duo. I thought they were so good.
Yeah, it was great. We'll speed through the next ones. We got Gavin Beavers, the homegrown 19-year-old, got sold to Brond BF in the Superliga in the top Denmark league. Anderson Julio, this one hurt, moving to FC Dallas. FC Dallas just signed Lucho, by the way. I don't know if you saw that.
I
The
didn't see
guy
that.
from Cincinnati, who's great. So FC Dallas could be scary next year.
I think that's good for Julio. It's time. It's kind of been seeing every time at the start of the year. You kind of wonder where Julio's going to be, or if he's going to be like a starter for us or anything. And
Yeah.
now we don't really have to wonder. But
Yeah, he logged 25 goals
wow,
in an RSL jersey, 9 goals and 3 assists last season, and he's been with us since 2021. So
he had a good
definitely gonna
season.
miss him.
It's kind of hard, like, when we make so many changes at the end of the year. Like,
Yeah.
we don't really have a confirmed squad that I feel like I will see start every year. Like, we do have a lot of players we keep, but seeing some players,
I know, because like
So many
Anderson,
players
Julio,
transfer.
Chicho, Beavers, like they
Right.
were all part of the storyline for last season.
That's true.
But going into the transfers starting off with Sam Junqua, the center back from FC Dallas, along with Tyler Wolf, the left wing from Atlanta, son of former Austin FC coach. And getting into like the more anticipated players, we got Forster Ajago, the 23-year-old Ghanaian striker from Nashville, scored twice in a preseason game just the other day. Went to Duke University. All of and I are Duke fans, so that's pretty cool. And he spent most of his time in MLS Next Pro last year. I think he's going to be a spark for this offense.
Yeah, I think the real test is going to be seeing who's going to step it up for striker, because we don't really have
that 9 position is going to be tricky.
Before we get the DP or the big international signing in the summer, we got to see who's going to step it up to really start.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then next up we got Elias Manuel, another 23-year-old striker from New York Red Bulls, scored 8 goals last season. So I'm glad we're bringing in some goal scorers to fill Chicho and Andres Gomez's shoes.
Yeah, I think he might be a good Julio fill.
do you think those are going to be hard shoes to fill? Or
Yeah, I mean, I think the first half of Chicho, like those shoes are going to be hard to fill because Chicho was just on a tear last year, and then we kind of were struggling even finding the back of the net by the end. Luna had to step up. But I don't know. Going back to the defense, though, we got Kobe. Is it Kobe or Kobe?
It's Kobe.
Kobe Henry, the 20-year-old American from Rons.
So excited.
Spent
for
some
him.
time with the U.S. youth national teams throughout his time. I mean, he's only 20,
I think
so
he's going to be a breakout player.
yeah, I think that's one of Ethan's favorite signings, and me and Ethan both mentioned this in our notes. He dresses pretty well. He's got some,
got some drip.
good style, unlike some other RSL players. But yeah, looking forward to having a new youngster on that back line. We'll see how he is implemented in the center back position.
Yeah, hopefully we have some really good depth back there, especially with the guy coming from FC Dallas, and then we also have Brown, who's also going to be ready. Like, our back line's like looking like really good depth if one of them gets hurt, because we know Vera misses games due to yellow cards and injuries like that. So it's like
It's just
having
expected.
true.
having Kobe, like
Yeah.
he might even give him a run for money for the starting spot.
I think having that competition in that center back spot is going to make it a lot more. Just players take it more seriously. We also got a lot of depth in goalkeeper position now too.
Yep.
So
You go into the goal.
that's going to be like McMath's going to be like,
yeah.
I don't know
And
how
he just
many
got
minutes we'll see.
surgery.
Yeah, so going into our goalkeeping signings, we got Mason Stieduhar, 27-year-old goalkeeper from Orlando. And then we got Rafael Cabral, one of the bigger signings from the offseason. Free agent pickup. He last played on a team in the Brazilian league. He's a vet, 34 years old. He's played for Santos with Neymar,
At the
which
same
is
time as
crazy,
Neymar,
in
yep.
2012, 2013. And he played for Napoli, and I think he won a trophy or 2 over there. Could we see him in between the sticks first game of the season?
I think he'll be our starter for
Yeah.
sure.
You think he'll be the starter, really?
Yeah,
I think
You
he
don't
might.
think we'll focus on like McMath because he played for Arsenal a long
But
time?
I
or-
think McMath he just had surgery, so he's gonna be out for a little
Oh,
bit.
he just
Yeah,
answered.
but then we also got to see our draft pick during our preseason games. I think.
Isn't there was like at the start of the season there was like 9 keepers trying to practice trying to
Yeah.
go for the spot.
having that
so,
many keepers is crazy.
I know.
And obviously we drafted 2, I think. So
Fun fact about Rafael, which Ethan found. He has 306,000 followers on Instagram, making him the most followed player in RSL history, I think.
this is Cabral.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's got a lot of followers.
He's internet. He's cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
Where's
he-
he from?
Brazil.
Oh, he's Brazil. Okay.
And then for our last new signing, this player I'm personally most excited for, Ariath Piel, the 20-year-old flashy striker from the Australian club MacArthur Bulls. And yeah, hopefully we can see him suit up at the 9, competing with those other guys. But I think he's going to be a huge pickup.
Yeah, and we didn't see him preseason yet, right? I don't think his papers were done yet.
Yeah, I saw something about maybe his papers not even being done before the start of the season. But going to the draft, we had 8 new players, which is a lot. I haven't heard much about most of them, but Jesus Perea looked good in preseason. He was the 19th overall pick from Missouri State, and yeah, we could see him getting some minutes early.
I think he'll be the best for sure out of the draft picks who they trust the most already with him getting that start.
Is the draft like the NBA draft where you can trade players and draft picks, or?
I don't. Well, you got to think of the draft like it's not as important.
It's not
because like
that,
you think
yeah.
about we got Andres Gomez, Chicho, all these like huge players from like
Transfers.
yeah, not from U.S. colleges.
Yeah.
Like,
So it's but then Anelli came in the draft.
Corey
and
Baird was a draft pick.
Yeah, so it just depends. But yeah, those are the ins and outs. Okay, now we're gonna transition into some notable games on this year's schedule.
So we start off the season pretty early on February 19th with a CONCACAF Champions Cup game.
It's gonna be huge.
And then start of the season, San Jose
Yep, Chicho.
against
San
Chicho,
Jose.
which is pretty crazy.
Do you guys think he's going to play just as well?
Who knows? He was
It depends.
not great last
He's
season.
got
at the end.
Martinez now, which is kind of cool that they're
I
paired.
know, but Josef Martinez is so washed.
It depends how they build again around him, I guess.
Speaking of San Jose, since we didn't cover it last season, Ethan and I and our friend Sasha and Buddy were fortunate enough to go to a San Jose Earthquakes game where Luna made a game winner. So that'll be fun for the boys to go there to start the season.
I feel like a lot of Chicho last season was also like our wingers, like not solo goals. So
Yeah,
I guess it depends on how well San Jose builds around him. Then we have our second CONCACAF Champions Cup game against the same club at home.
That'll be fun.
And then notable games, we got Seattle Sounders, then San Diego, so the new team.
Yeah, back-to-back home
so
games.
Excited to watch.
And
It's Chucky, right?
Yeah, Chucky or
Yeah,
Chucky.
I'm so excited.
And they also
to
have
see him.
Lawfulson,
They've been,
right?
like,
Yeah,
talking about him.
Lawfulson's
They've been
on San
talking about
Diego
him
too.
So much.
I know. And fun fact about the home opener, it's a 2:30 p.m. kickoff. Last year we had no day games. I know as season ticket holders we're pretty excited because the day games can be pretty fun when it's sunny out.
Yeah, I kind of want
Especially when it's this weather, because it's
Yeah.
been really cold right now. So the day games are what the best we can ask for.
Yeah, so we play LA Galaxy and Sounders at 2:30 p.m. kicks just in the first month.
You think it'll still be cold by March?
I mean, giving Utah
Yeah,
probably.
I can see
Could
it.
be.
I can see
Yeah,
it.
Remember the
Rainy.
snow game last year in March? That was in March against LAFC.
Yeah,
That's insane.
true.
So
When who was it scored a hat trick? Was it Chicho that scored a hat trick?
Gomez?
Or
No,
Gomez?
Chicho.
Gomez scored a brace.
There's Chicho.
Chicho did not score a hat trick against LAFC in the snow.
Someone scored a
Are you
brace.
On
I can't
everything.
remember. On
Are
everything.
you,
On everything.
but Chicho scored, though.
Yes, Chicho scored not a hat trick.
Okay, sorry. And then at home, this is a bit of a skip. At home, we got LA Galaxy. They won, of course. They won the MLS Cup, so that's a at-home game in April.
But it's just been crazy to see all the movement around, like everywhere. Like we talked about, like Joveljic. He's on Kansas City now, so LA Galaxy to have him
Yeah, there are so many.
moves.
I've heard rumors about Evander moving to Cincinnati, which would be
They
crazy.
just made room for him.
Yeah.
Our first Rocky Mountain Cup game is Colorado away, though.
Ooh.
It's away.
When's that?
May 17th.
Ooh.
We need to win that game.
Yeah,
We should go
need
to that
win.
game.
And then we also have, let's see, when's our next Rocky Mountain Cup game? Let me see. And then our last Rocky Mountain Cup game is the second last game of the season, which
Ooh,
is at
October 4th,
October
home game. That'll be great.
So that'll be pretty good.
Oh, man.
Pretty nice schedule.
And then on decision day, we end at St. Louis City, October 18th.
Okay.
Should be a fun season.
Yeah.
I think our Eastern opponents will be fun to watch. New York Red Bulls. They made a deep run last year.
Yeah, they have a good Swedish player.
Yeah,
Super fun to watch.
yeah, he's great. Watching San Diego twice will be great. Toronto, we don't play them too often. Should be a fun season.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
How do you think San Diego's going to do this season? Because I saw they got a lot of good and kind of
Yeah.
okay.
I mean, we'll see.
pickups.
It could be like a St. Louis where they finish top of the table, or like, because I mean, I know they have money over there in San Diego,
That's true.
and I mean, if I'm a player, I'd low key be down to live in San Diego. So we'll see.
Yeah.
It should be interesting.
I feel like when new MLS teams come, it's like Austin had an amazing run at the first, St. Louis, amazing run, and
Yeah,
then they
but
fall
then they
off.
slow down.
You know what I'm curious about is when these players go to new cities like this, do they just live in like apartments because they don't know if they're going to be there that long, or do they like do some of these players buy
I'm not
houses
sure.
expecting?
I mean, if they have families,
Yeah.
probably a house.
I think depending on like how long they're gonna stay there, like Chicho, getting a house, but then it's like, say, I don't know, Anelli doesn't know how long he's gonna be there. Probably it's just an apartment.
Yeah. Anyway,
Because I remember seeing Harry Kane when he went to Bayern. He lived in a hotel for a long time.
Oh yeah,
that's
yeah,
crazy.
that stuff happens all the time.
We're now going to transition into the new kits that dropped today,
Cool.
actually. Oliver's going to go over those.
Guys, new Grid City edition jerseys came out this
They're gorgeous.
13th.
I like them a lot.
Yeah, I think they're awesome. I think they're just super cool and unique and different. And obviously, like, the thing you'd compare him to is, like, the Croatia kit, which is, I think, an awesome kit. And I love the pop of the gold and the red shoulders.
I love the logo, and I love on the white squares, the design in the white.
Yeah,
it
there's
adds a little texture. I also love the stripes and the collar, too. The like V-neck collar looks really nice.
This is a very small detail, but I do wish we switched up the back hit on the jersey right by the neck area. It's just the traditional lion logo, but some other teams have some like really cool ones. Like Seattle has like an orca.
So. I like our Utah 05 logo at the bottom.
That's
bottom
and they added
right.
mountains on it this year.
And the mountains. Yeah.
I think Charlie does a good job of this. Do you want to explain? He's always talking about this. Do you want to explain like the grid of Utah?
Oh
like
yeah, I mean we're actually talking with our buddy before this. Most cities are in a grid situation, but if you look at an aerial view of Salt Lake, it is like cookie cutter like grids, because when the streets were made back in whenever they wanted it like that. But it's definitely, if you live in Salt Lake, it's pretty easy to get it around because there's always like 7th South and 8th East or whatever.
And the blocks are super massive compared to other blocks.
Yeah, they're big city blocks.
You can find exactly where you're going just by two names of streets.
Yeah, really I mean, I think it's a really cool concept. Checkerboard's obviously a pretty common design in soccer. So I think to tie that within something more local was pretty cool, especially giving Salt Lake a shout, given that the club's based out of Sandy pretty much. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's awesome. You go ahead.
I like that like the last few years they've done something representation, like some representation of Salt Lake with the honeycomb kit.
Yeah, the honeycomb kit was good. Oliver was listening. You're listening to the RSL show today, right? Talking to the guy who designed it.
Yeah, Tyler. Basically, they put gold on this one. Everyone loved, obviously, the Beehive kit, one of the best away kits ever.
For sure.
And then they're trying to prioritize gold as the Royals color now because the Royals have a gold kit. So for 3 years straight, the Royals are going to have that kit. So they want to build them around that. So they just added gold to this, though, to kind of simplify it. Because I honestly missed a white kit, and I've always wanted navy, and this is a combination.
Yeah,
of
right
both.
when we started taking over our season tickets, we had that white one with like the very faint silhouette grays of all that. I think that's one of my favorites with the all red RSL logo.
The white kit you have, one of my favorites for sure.
Yep, and I think this one's up there too. I don't really like the neckline with the point.
I was just gonna say, if there was
I wish there was like maybe one button or even
like
a collar.
Part?
Yeah, because like
look at
that kit. Look at Oliver's kit that he's wearing. If you're watching the YouTube, our home kit last year I think has a better neckline. Obviously, we're getting really picky here, but soccer kits, RSL kits,
we get a button kit
like they mean a lot to us.
A button-up kit
like the Arsenal ones.
Yes, like
or collar.
Yes.
Collar would be
Did
so.
you see LAFC's?
Nice. Did they get collar
LAFC
kits?
got a nice collar.
LAFC. Speaking of other kits in the league, I think some of my personal favorites that have come out. I like Vancouver's a lot. It's like a nice cream color with stripes. Along with Ethan, look, there's the LAFC kit.
Yeah, that's so tough. That's so cool.
Some
the colors
really
are insane
amazing kits this year. I'll have to say.
I also really like.
I love seeing all the kits and teams drop.
Seattle's
my favorite day of the year is the kit drops for MLS.
100%. I think Seattle's was really clean. How they incorporated some like Native American heritage, like I can't remember what it was, but there's some pattern on there that represents something, which is pretty cool. Some really ugly kits. New England's. I don't like New England's. It looks like a bottle of toothpaste or a shaving cream with the Gillette sponsor.
The Gillette sponsor.
Not help.
Gillette sponsors.
Philadelphia's is pretty hideous, but they are sponsored by Thomas, which makes really good English muffins. So.
What about Columbus's Goosebumps?
Oh, Columbus had a Goosebumps. Did you see that one?
I didn't see it.
It's like Stephen King inspired.
Pull it up.
Wait.
Yeah, I'll pull it up.
Sorry. Did Stephen King write Goosebumps or am I tripping? Okay, never mind. We're good.
Did he?
Yes, sorry.
Isn't there a movie?
Anyway. He did not actually.
He did.
Goosebumps kit is actually by R.L. Stein. I don't know why it was Stephen King. I just thought it was in that horror genre. But Ethan's taking a look at it.
It's glow in the dark.
Okay, that's kind of cool, but like, how are you gonna?
How often are you
gonna see that?
I mean, also Charlotte's is
That's
kind of
what I'm
annoying.
saying.
Austin's is super vibrant this year.
How often are you gonna see that?
Austin's and Miami have the same kit. It's just different colors.
Oh.
Like there's nothing original. Anyway,
that's okay.
Yesterday was the first day that MLS started releasing the new kits. I think all three of us can agree that like kits, memorabilia, all that
A lot
we
of that's
really
important
love.
to a team like this.
Oh, I think it's super important.
We're probably in MLS.
Yeah. So anyway, we're gonna jump into some predictions / expectations for the team next year. We're gonna go over our prediction for MVP of RSL, breakout player, record prediction, like as in what spot we're gonna be at the table and how many points we're gonna have. I guess I can jump right in with my MVP pick. I'm going Luna, but I'm putting an asterisk because if he gets traded midseason, he can't really be the MVP. So I'm going to go Markzuk. Sorry, I forgot to pronounce his name. Yeah, Dominic. I think he's going to have a great season. I think he had some flashes of greatness there at the end, and I think he's I mean, he was, 19? So I think he's going to grow into that right wing spot and get a lot of goals for us this season.
I think my MVP is going to be a vet, Justin Glad. I think he's
like
going to
it.
have
I
a
like
great
it.
season. Some player that we've seen for so long, grew up here, has always played here. I always have faith in him.
The GOAT.
The GOAT. Sometimes, there's some scary moments at center back when he's not,
especially 2 seasons ago.
when he's not paired with someone that he is really comfortable with.
It can be awkward.
Like,
And
it can be very awkward.
he might be wearing the captain band this year, so I think that adds a
yeah.
level to it.
I honestly think he plays worse when he has the captain. Like, I think we should.
We need stats.
That's a good conversation.
Yeah.
I really do think Anelli's the best fit for it.
I do.
I
too.
also
I heard
was
that
gonna
Raphael
put him-
could be captain.
I was
so.
gonna put Anelli. I was thinking Anelli, but I also think he could get traded.
I don't know though. I mean,
He's moving so fast. He honestly could leave.
he could.
but-
Him and Luna had a great showing for the U.S. men's national team.
What was
B
the
squad
rumors of Luna going somewhere? What was the?
might have.
Oh, he was gonna go to the
Newcastle or no?
No, the what am I
Nah,
forgetting
no
what
way.
Mexico's league's called now?
Liga-
Liga MX.
Yeah, he was gonna go Liga MX.
Yeah. Who's your pick for MVP, Oliver?
My is Lachlan Brook. I
like
think
it, I like it.
seeing his goal, like I was like,
he had
oh my gosh.
he had a screamer in the preseason game.
I hope he just like fills in and like it just plays him.
I like that. I
love
think
him.
those are good picks for MVP. Breakout player for this category. Just making a big step from last season to this season, and I'm going to go with Diogo Gonçalves. I think he looked good in preseason. Coming over from Copenhagen last year, he didn't have too much time to fit right in, but I think that veteran 10 spot is going to be filled by him all season, I hope, and I think he's going to find the back of the net and find some good passes to put us in winning positions.
Yeah, and I think he's another guy who could even be captain because the players like I don't know. I feel like they revolve around him really well. Like he has good leadership, and if he
100%.
if he shows on the field him scoring and assisting, he'll get even more leadership. So.
I agree.
Yeah, so what's your guys' pick for breakout player?
I'm gonna go another defender. I've been a fan since last season. Catranis. I got to go Catranis. I mean, he had a great season. I think he played fullback amazing. I mean I say that a lot, but I think Catranis is gonna have another great season, especially paired with.
That's going to be a big step for him to make breakout player. He's
Yeah.
going to have to.
He's really gonna have to step up from last season.
I like it though.
I think last season was already great for him, but I think he'll have another good season.
I like that.
I'm going with 2 defenders.
For my breakout player, I'm going to go with Mark Zook just because I feel like he's going to fill Gomez's spot really well, and I'm really
like
excited
that.
to see what he does.
Yeah, I think he's going to grow a lot. I mean, like I was saying, I have him with my MVP pick. He's super young, lots of room to grow. Saw some flashes last season. I think he might make that jump like Gomez did 2 years ago.
And he'll probably just keep playing with Poland, too.
Yeah, I'm super excited. I feel like we didn't mention the midfield a lot in our preseason awards, but I think Anelli's just going to be solid. Anelli looked good. He looked like the best player on the pitch, in my opinion. He looked the most comfortable in the preseason game I watched versus who was St. Louis, I think.
It always looked like him and Ojeda were just running the field.
We
last
have,
season.
I know. It's 'cause
midfield.
Like Ojeda and Anelli are so solid. I feel like we don't give them their flowers enough, but like they're always they just lock it down in the midfield.
If not the best, they're top 3 midfield in the entire MLS.
Yeah,
100%.
another shout for breakout player could be Palacio. I think
He's
people
great
forget
too,
that he's
yes.
still here, and
And Ruiz.
Andrew Ruiz is back. That's a whole other topic, but
Please have a full season.
I know. Now we're gonna go into table and point predictions. I have RSL finishing 6th. I know that's low, guys, but I think it's a rebuilding year.
It's
I think we're gonna finish 6th with 48 points compared to last year's 59 points. But I think we're going to be a playoff team regardless. I think there might be some ups and downs. I'm hoping we don't have like these last 2 seasons, we've had stretches of just lost, tie.
I was gonna ask that.
So I'm hoping we could just be more consistent and be in the win column. I don't know, more than we have been in the latter halves of the 2 seasons before.
I wanted to ask you. We can talk about this later, but where do you think the last season started to kind of go downhill a little bit? Like energy started to die.
Chicho suspension, 100%.
I think it was
He
Gomez
did not
trade.
score. Oh, really? No,
Gomez
that's good
trade.
too.
But I mean, Chicho coming off that hat trick against Austin last season, going into Portland, getting that
fair.
suspension, missing All-Star break. I don't know, something was off, and I think our team looked at him like as a leader and looked at him as a guy that can come get a goal whenever he desired. And after that, the fall off was diabolical. So
Yeah, the fall off might have happened after Musovski.
okay, bro.
Do you just
Anyway.
remember that little thing going on?
Yeah. What's your guys' predictions for a table finish?
Yeah.
Okay, so honestly, it's kind of hard for me to be super optimistic when we make so many changes.
Yeah, that's right.
Especially such a major change like Chicho and, last season. I know this was last season, but Gomez as well. He was so major to us. So it's hard for me to be super optimistic, but I can still say I think we'll finish. I think we'll finish top 5. I think we'll be 5th.
I like it.
Yeah, I like that top 5 prediction. I think like with how solid our defense and like midfield still is, and like it's really generally the same lineup as our last game, except for obviously like striker and up top. That's really
that front line is going to be. I think we have a lot of questions right now. We'll have to see how they line up in the CONCACAF Cup first few games just to get a feel for what's going on, because it is always awkward first game of the season. Like, you remember when we played Inter Miami last year?
Yeah.
Like, that team changed so much from that game.
That didn't define any of our season at all.
Not
it
at all.
felt like the
That was
boys.
the weirdest game ever.
Yeah, it was kind of like, oh, we're playing Messi.
Well, the good thing is this year, a difference is we will not have to see Brody really that much anymore.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Yeah, it was always a
kind of
scare.
sad. I like Brody.
Because it's like Brody and then
Brody
if Brown's
low-key.
healthy.
If you follow Utah basketball, Andrew Brody's low-key the Hunter Erickson of Real Salt Lake. Tell me I'm wrong.
That's a
That's
great.
actually so funny. That's a great comparison.
If you don't
Okay.
follow Utah basketball, Hunter Erickson is this. I mean, he can be on and off, but anyway.
I mean, I know that a lot of like big changes are kind of like the way of MLS. Like a lot of these teams are just making so many changes because they want to produce players and get into Europe, and that kind of is the nature of MLS. But it would be nice to see us try and lock down a full season. Like I feel like last season, if we kept Andres Gomez,
Oh yeah,
like that was really that was our run.
Yeah,
but I mean they had an opportunity to send him.
We finished in 3rd, and we had a horrible ending. Not horrible, but
so it wasn't that bad. But I feel like our ceiling was. I feel like our ceiling was first.
I mean, yeah, like
finishing first, and
we
had
finished
top 3 still.
Yeah, this is a great transition into the CONCACAF Cup, but we finished 6th in the Supporter Shield race. We had the 5th best goal differential with plus 17. Like we said, 59 points. I think 65 goals to 48
How
allowed.
long weren't we in the number 1 spot for a while? Or number 2?
Yeah, we were.
Yeah,
we were
like,
number 1.
We just could have been. You're so right though to say like our season would have been completely different if Gomez
Stayed, if Chicho
And
didn't
Chicho
get
didn't get
suspended.
I don't blame them for taking the opportunity to sell a player like that to make so much money, but at the same time, it would be nice to see us fully lock
And
down
just
for a
commit.
season. Be like, okay, we have this player that is talent. Let's get the most potential we can out of him and see where we can go.
But yeah, so that 6th spot in Supporter Shield locked us in for a CONCACAF Cup spot, recently renamed to CONCACAF Cup from the CONCACAF Champions League, I believe, something like that. But yeah, I'm excited. We haven't played there in 8 years. First round is coming up against the Costa Rican club CS Herediano. They're at the top of the Primera Division in Costa Rica. Fun fact, we played them in the CONCACAF Cup in 2012.
Did you win?
I think we lost 1-0 and then tied 0-0. But yeah, we played them in a 2-game series starting next Wednesday. It's already coming up, February 19th at Estadio Nacional de Costa Rica, located in San Jose, Costa Rica, at a 4:30 p.m. MST kick. And then we host them the next Wednesday. That'll be awesome having the Riot host a CONCACAF Cup game, 26th of February at America First Field for a 6:30 kickoff. And what are our expectations for this game? I'm honestly not too familiar with CONCACAF Cup. I don't know if people go like all guns a-blazing, like start our best 11. I just don't know what to expect.
I think it probably is going to be like that rather than the other like Leagues Cup and stuff, where you don't really play. Because this one, like, I feel like is a bigger
Or
trophy.
Open Cup especially.
Yeah. Sorry, that's what I meant. Open Cup, not
I know,
Cup.
but I'm excited. We have our tickets for that game. It's going to be a blast. Never experienced something like that. We've only experienced Leagues Cup, but I think CONCACAF is a whole another beast.
Champions Cup is just Liga MX and MLS, right? Or is it another league?
Leagues Cup is Liga
Or
MX.
I meant CONCACAF.
CONCACAF Cup is any team from like Central America
Yep.
to Mexico to the U.S. to
Okay.
Canada. It's just
Okay.
everything but South America. Think about it that way.
Yeah.
Because South America has like, we're not playing like Santos or anything.
Yeah.
We're just playing like
Central
the Liga
Americas.
MX, Costa Rican teams, Central
North
America
America.
teams, I believe. I think Central America is involved. It might not go that
That's
far
a
out
good.
south.
No, that'll be a good tournament for us.
Yeah, I think it'll be super fun. I mean, they are the top of their league right now, so I don't think we should take it lightly, given they're playing Costa Rica. But I think it'll be fun. In my time as a season ticket holder, I've only seen them play Liga MX team, so it'll be cool to see a different style of football from Costa Rica.
What are our like major? It's like our major ceiling for this season.
I think our ceiling is. I'll say fourth in the table in the West.
That's the best you think we can do?
I think the best we can do is get to the second round. I'm proven wrong, but I think the best we can do is get to the second round, lose in the second round, maybe clinch another spot in next year's CONCACAF Cup. Sell Luna high. I think that would just be good for the club, even though I don't want Luna to be gone, but I just don't see him staying in MLS jersey his whole career because his potential is crazy. And, yeah, I just think rack up some goals, set some new records. Just get a lot of small victories instead of aiming high for the MLS Cup because it's hard. I mean, these teams in MLS are overpowered. So
Yeah, I think it'll depend on whether we get a big DP signing in the summer.
yeah, I agree.
That'll help us out a lot.
Especially after seeing Luna's performance in that USA game.
Yeah, that was great.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think that race is stopped.
I'm glad he's
So,
not
I mean,
turning his back on the
Think about if we got
US
someone.
national team.
Think about if we even got someone better than Chicho. Like how fast Chicho really displayed
know.
his talent was so quick. Like he was scoring
know.
like lights out every game. Like imagine if we get another guy just like that or even better.
Yeah, there's going to be
I don't
some
think it'd be too
interesting
hard.
teams to look at. Like
Mm-mm.
San Jose, I don't know if they changed anything in their ownership, but they got Josef Martinez and Chicho.
And their coach is the guy from New England,
Yeah, new
Bruce.
coach.
right?
Um,
Okay, it's one of the legends, like in MLS.
oh,
coaching.
yeah, what's his name?
Bruce Arenas.
Yeah, Bruce Arenas.
He is like one of the best coaches, and I guarantee when he saw Chicho's like money tank, like he just grabbed that.
I know.
And
Smart.
it's a bummer that it's a rival in the West, but for us, but
It's going to be fun to watch him on opening night. And then we got all the way to over to Chicago.
I wonder what.
First off, Chicago's
do we play
shirt
Chicago?
No, but Chicago's shirt sponsor is Carvana. If my favorite MLS team has Carvana on their shirt, I'm unsubscribing from season tickets. I'm sorry.
Really?
Nah, I'm just
Really?
kidding. It's just weird. Carvana,
I
bro.
love- I think MLS
Compared
is
to, like,
amazing.
Yeti.
Imagine a
I think
Spotify
MLS is
sponsor.
so cool.
Spotify's tough, but that's like
There's-
Barca. Like, we can't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we can't do that.
But
But I'm
MLS
glad we
is
have
so
a
cool.
local
How they do
company.
sponsors.
Local
Like
company.
Tillamook on Portland is awesome. Thomas on Philadelphia.
I'm sure
awesome.
everyone listening is why are these guys. I'm sure everyone listening is asking why are these guys going on a tangent about shirt sponsors. But hey, we like the cosmetics of the MLS. Okay. Anyway, yeah, but like Yeti in Austin,
Cool.
Yeti's fire. I mean, I love Select Health in Intermountain because that is a big healthcare provider here in Salt Lake. So it's cool though. And we don't have Pyramid Scheme. You know, like
It's not a pyramid scheme
like
this time.
Vivint or
Exango,
Zango.
which you guys both are showing right now. We're showing all three right now.
I got Zango one. Shout out
Advantage.
Zango.
But
Anyway.
they're playing around with the aren't they playing around with like another version of
I know I can't.
this right here?
Yeah, because in
The logo on the
preseason,
side
our home
package.
kit had an Intermountain logo on the front, but then our new away kit has Select Health, so I don't know if they're going to have different
Maybe that
ones.
was just preseason.
Yeah, but speaking of Chicago, Greg Berhalter, head coach of Chicago now.
That'll
So
be
nice.
interesting too. They didn't get Neymar, I don't think, did they?
Chicago sports are just in like a big rebranding. We got the Bulls, the Bears, and the Fire. Like everything is just going
All
through
bad.
like
All
yeah,
bad.
I know, but hey, Bears got a new coach. The Bulls are actually terrible.
The
but
Bulls actually just got rid of everybody.
yeah. Anyway, yeah, it should be a great season. 2025 coming up. Opening night is February 19th on Apple TV, I believe. Apple TV, shout out Apple TV. They are, I think, ever since they took over MLS, I think Messi's a big factor. But Apple TV's been handling it well. Can't wait to watch games on there all season.
I don't think I'd want to watch it anywhere else. Like their
No.
quality of
It's just super
Apple
easy.
TV is amazing. What they do and like the
Yeah.
Apple logo and
Yeah.
everything. Like I'm so excited.
Yeah, it's great. It's definitely a nice uniform for the league.
Do you want to break down like how we're going to be filming and scheduling for podcasts?
Oh yeah. We're gonna do our best to find a day that we can film weekly for the podcast. If not, we're gonna try to do more. If there's 2 games, 3 games a week, we're just gonna try to get a podcast out as soon as possible. I'm sorry we left you guys hanging last season at the end there, but we're gonna try to upgrade everything we're doing here at RSL Corner.
Do you want to talk about like other Utah sports or?
Oh sure, yeah, we can hop
Let's
in.
do it.
This will conclude the MLS part of this episode. And this is where we talk a little bit more about other Utah sports. We got Utah basketball going on. They're pretty bad. Just kidding.
Do you want to
Utah
talk about
football.
your
It's not
Jazz
Utah.
game?
Oh, yeah, we went to the Jazz game last night. Got to see LeBron, my glorious king, up in person. It was great. Jazz are horrible, too, but it's okay. We're tanking, hopefully, to get Cooper Flag, Dylan Harper, Ace Bailey, one of those guys. Hockey club, we're pretty mid over there.
Unfortunately, Hockey Club, the what was it that got banned?
Yeti.
The name?
So they're not able to do Yeti
can't
anymore.
Yeah, there's actually it's between Utah
Mammoth
Outlaws, Utah Mammoth, and Utah Hockey Club.
But if it was Utah Hockey Club, the mascot will be a Yeti, which is cool.
So
I think Utah Hockey Club's a great name, honestly.
I like Hockey Club. It's grown on me.
I like all three. All three are my favorite.
I don't know about
so
Outlaws.
I love Outlaws.
People love Outlaws. I'm
Really?
with you. I don't really like Outlaws that much. I think it's corny.
I liked. I've always liked Mammoth. So
I like
I think the
Mammoth,
Mammoth logo is sick.
yeah.
I know. Utah Wasatch was one of the final options, and they just took it away and replaced it with Outlaws.
Yeah.
I kind of liked Wasatch, but it's okay.
I mean, so basically, not much to talk about. We're really hoping Utah basketball makes NIT, which I don't even know if we'll be into.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh!
let's talk about football instead.
Oh, yeah,
There's more to talk
Utah
about
football's got some. They got some bright stuff to look at after a pretty underwhelming season last year. We got some good new pickups. We got Devon Dampier at quarterback. Who's the running back?
Wayshawn Parker.
Wayshawn Parker. I don't know the football team. I'm excited for
I'm
next
just
season.
excited to play Cal Poly.
Okay. Cal Poly is one of our non-conference games. Should be a close one there. What are other non-conference games?
Wyoming and UCLA.
Wyoming and UCLA. Yeah, it should be
Hold on,
fun.
Let me look up our. We got a.
UCLA.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and then
at
Cal
UCLA.
Poly's here. We got to
At
get Buddy
Wyoming.
to come for the Cal Poly
We
one.
host Cal Poly. Shout out our friend Buddy. He goes to Cal Poly.
We got. Hold on. Let me look up the. What's the account? What's the account that shows all the
Oh
transfers?
yeah, we did get a great kicker from actually Murray High, just down south from here. So that'd be
What did
exciting.
he launch? Like a 60?
We did get to watch Utah men's basketball beat down BYU, which was
Best
great
game of the season.
because BYU is a far better team than us. But to get that dub, it felt amazing, you know.
2 years in a row, guys.
And we play Kansas this Saturday. I'll be at that game. So
That'll be a big blowout.
oh.
How do you think that'll sell out compared to BYU?
Ooh, close, but not.
No,
much.
not
It's a
it
dark
will
mode,
not.
though.
It will
That's
not.
Dark mode, I
so
saw
cool.
that.
It will not be close. As a college student, it's a 3-day weekend. If I didn't live here, I'd probably be going home to see my family instead of watching the Utah Utes play the Kansas Jayhawks.
That's fair.
Oh, never mind.
What? Just say it. We can always cut it.
I was about to talk about an intramural basketball team, but I just realized that was probably a little too personal for this podcast.
If you got a game today?
If you're interested about our University of Utah intramural basketball team, leave a comment down below. We're 1-2, looking to get our second win tomorrow.
Today.
Today, dude.
Oh, sorry. Our game's actually in a few hours. Our good friend Sasha, who's off the side, he's trying to get his career high. His career high right now is, season high. Season high is 0, and he's going to try to get a little more than that.
Same with
Ethan, wait, what's your season high?
0.
0 points scored, but also 0 points scored on me.
Yep,
Oh.
Ethan
Off
hasn't
their
allowed.
defense.
Yep. Oliver and I both had our career highs. Season highs last week, and I'm still talking about our intramural team. What?
Transfer pickup from down south.
We do have a transfer pickup for our intramural team. We have a guest player.
Trey
Named
Johnson.
Trey Johnson, a.k.a. Mustard, a.k.a. Slenderman. Anyway, it's going to be a great game. We've gone a lot off course. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure to like the podcast. Follow us on Spotify, Apple Music, Instagram, YouTube, all that jazz. Thanks for being here. We appreciate all you guys for listening. And, yeah, we'll see you after our first game of the season, right?
Yep. See you next week, guys.
Can't wait.
Later. Also, shout out Diogo Gonçalves, the Portuguese 10. Oliver is going to Portugal tomorrow. Just a fun fact. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.